everyone, Lizzie Karen here, talking today about the site of Tanis. It was very exciting because we had a police convoy. So this is the police escort on the way to Tanis. We were greeted by the site lead Egyptologist. His name is Izzat. Oh wow, look at the size of those blocks. I've got to get this. Oh.
You will come in October? Yes.
It's a pretty awe-inspiring feeling just walking up towards the site, because even from a bit of a distance you can see the size of the blocks and you think, wow, this is going to be good. Gosh, these are big. These are big.
This is the capital for the 21st and the 22nd dynasty only. But you will discover many statues, many cartouches from Old Kingdom, from Middle Kingdom, from New Kingdom, like Ramses II. Okay, Ramses II have about 7 statues here, but Ramses II not original here. The kings of the 21st moved everything. He used it again here to build the capital for the 21st and the 22nd dynasty.
So, as our most knowledgeable and extremely enthusiastic Egyptologist friend was saying, the blocks and the statues come from a variety of different eras and were all brought here. So that is particularly interesting. It just reinforces the reuse of the various materials. And it also makes me think that there might be some examples of the very, very old technology that I'm searching for. You know, the technology that I've seen in my dreams. Anyway, we keep going and there's just so much to see. At first glance, I thought this item might have been an example of the old technology. There is so much to see on this site. I'm going to just breeze over most of it until I find the bits that are of interest to me, the really, really old technology. But if you want to see the detail of what we saw and what the Egyptologist had to say about it, I strongly recommend you go to Annie XD's channel. He's done an amazing episode on this visit that we did together. So check out his channel, Annie XD, ANYEXTEE. Now you're going to see a very smooth crown next to the Egyptologist. At this point, I didn't keep my camera going. I was so enamored with this crown, and I just wanted to touch it and sit next to it. So, having felt it and realized it was the advanced technology type, I just switched my phone off and I just sat there and I basically cuddled. I cuddled that crown. I just stroked every inch of it. I was miles away. I was in the moment. And one of my problems with doing all this recording is that when I'm really enjoying something, I forget to record because I get into the moment and that's it, I'm gone. I'm just completely in the moment. So with the, if you actually want to see more about that crown, and if you want to see me actually cuddling it, you'll have to go to Annie XD's channel because he got some great footage of me sitting there cuddling the crown. But of course I didn't. I was in the moment. But the crown, it felt so smooth and so perfect. I had absolutely no doubts that it was the ancient technology. And I just felt like sitting there with it and really made me happy. But, there's lots of other things to see at Tanis, but nothing compared to that crown. It was the most important piece for me in the whole site of Tanis.
It's brand new.
But it was here.
It was down
The
below.
ground, that one is.
Yeah.
But we put it up, okay?
Brand new.
Really beautiful. Set killed his brother was here. Why? Ramses II wanted to say that I did peace in the ground, in the earth, and the peace in the heaven. I collected between two brothers. Okay? Ramses II. Okay. مري بتاح مري اتمو مري إعاه. But Khonsu is new. He take everything from Yah and become the big one, Khonsu. But the first God for moon is Yah. Birth name, and the second he used it for himself. Okay?
What's he holding?
Something as protection for himself.
Like a sun protection.
Yeah.
It was at this point that the heat was getting to me, and we hadn't even seen 10% yet of the site. And I knew I wasn't going to last much longer. So I left NEXD with the Egyptologist, and I went to look at the main tomb in the area. At least I think it was the main tomb. It was the tomb of Shoshenq III, and you could look down into the tomb. And it was actually quite a good point to look around at the rest of Tanis. When I was approaching the tomb area, there was like a little enclosure where you look down over railings into the tomb. And there were all these wild dogs there. So I started approaching, and they all sort of woke up and started looking at me and coming towards me. And so I was friendly towards them, and I had no fear of them. And so some of them just stopped to have a little chat, and others just hightailed it. They obviously didn't trust humans. Anyway, I was chatting with one of them, and one of the police officers saw me chatting with the dog, and he got really worried, and he started throwing stones at it. I guess the dogs may have a bad reputation, but they were lovely to me. This next statue looks as if it's been through something a bit different to the rest of them. It looks like it's been maybe heat blasted or water blasted or something terrible's happened to it. And when you get close up to one of the bits, it really looks almost like rotten wood. But I don't know. There's nothing that I know about. Anyway, it was the only thing that looked that way that I could see. And there was so much to look at, so I just kept wandering around. I climbed up onto the ridge, and when I looked down, I could see there was little tiny bits of pottery everywhere. Everywhere I looked, pottery. The place was just completely full of little bits of very, very ancient pottery. Anyway, it was a good place to look around and see where everything was. There's a shaft, there's a few, look like wells, and some steps going into the ground. I think that NEXD went down and had a closer look at those. So if you check out his channel, you'll see more about that as well. But by this point, I just had to head back to the car, and that's when I found the finger. Bits of stone sticking out of the ground. There's stuff everywhere here. So, I've just done the site of Tanis,